Did you know that what you eat for breakfast could quietly be undermining the very systems that support your strength, confidence, and performance as a man? Yes, that seemingly harmless slice of toast or quick cup of coffee may actually be interfering with the muscles and blood vessels that matter most, especially when you're over 60 and beginning to notice changes like weaker erections, lower energy, or even numbness below the waist. The truth is, aging might not be entirely to blame. As surprising as it sounds, your morning meal, something you probably never questioned, could be one of the biggest factors affecting your sexual health and energy. Most men have no idea that their breakfast either fuels blood flow to the groin area, or slowly, silently restricts it. And here's the twist, many are also missing out on one simple, accessible food that could begin to reverse that decline. A food that could help reignite confidence, energy, and even intimacy. Hello, I'm Dr. Pamela, a men's health specialist with over 15 years of clinical experience in urology, hormone balance, and age-related performance decline. Over the years, I've worked with thousands of men across the country, men just like you, who believed their intimacy and vitality were fading simply because they were getting older. But what we discovered together was something far more empowering. The good news? Your body actually wants to restore healthy blood flow and function to your lower body. It's built for recovery. The key is giving it the right support. And no, I'm not talking about another prescription or quick fix pill. The real solution is simpler and more sustainable. It lies in 5 specific, natural morning foods, the kind of foods you already know, but probably never realized could directly impact male circulation, muscle function, and sexual vitality. In today's video, I'll walk you through how these 5 everyday foods can dramatically improve blood flow down there, why they support the muscles that matter most for male function and confidence, and the exact timing and combinations that can make all the difference. Stick with me until the very end, because I'll also reveal a surprisingly effective food combo that many of my patients have used to feel results in under a week. Before we dive in, if you're serious about reclaiming your strength, improving blood flow, and feeling like yourself again, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. I release new tips every day, all designed specifically for men over 60 who want more from life. And I'd love to hear from you, right now in the comments. Type 1 if this topic speaks to you, or type 0 if it doesn't. I personally read every response, and your feedback helps me create content that truly supports you. Alright, let's jump in, starting with a food that's probably already in your fridge, yet has been quietly underestimated for years. It's easy to find. Familiar. But when eaten intentionally and at the right time, it becomes a powerful ally for blood flow, muscle repair, and yes, sexual confidence. Ingredient number 1, plain yogurt, nature's circulation starter. Plain yogurt might seem simple, even boring. But if you're a man over 60 and you're not eating it regularly, especially in the morning, you're likely missing out on one of nature's most effective tools for restoring circulation and strength where it matters most. You see, I've lost count of how many men have sat across from me, frustrated, confused, and feeling like their body is slowly slipping away. They often say something like, "Doc, I just have a quick cup of coffee, maybe toast if I remember." But here's what most men don't realize. Your body, especially after 60, wakes up needing very specific nutrients to repair tissue, fuel muscles, and support healthy blood flow. And yogurt provides those nutrients in a powerful way. Probiotics help reduce inflammation and clear up the microclogs in blood vessels. Protein fuels muscle tissue, especially in the pelvic floor, critical for erection strength and control. Calcium supports nerve signals and muscular coordination below the waist. These aren't just random benefits. They work together to strengthen the very muscles that support erections, urinary control, balance and stability. When blood circulation starts slowing with age, and it does, these are the first muscles to suffer. But when you fuel them properly the moment you wake up, your body responds like it remembers what it was built for. You start to feel steadier, more grounded, less numbness. more sensation. And yes, you start to feel alive again, in the most intimate ways. Let me tell you about James, 65 years old. He hadn't had a morning erection in over 2 years. He felt like he'd lost something core to his identity. I suggested he start with a simple shift. Every morning, a bowl of plain yogurt with just a drizzle of honey. Nothing complicated. For weeks later, he called me, his voice cracking with disbelief. "Doc. I woke up feeling like I was 40 again." That's the power of targeted nutrition at the right time. Ingredient number 2, quinoa with almonds, the artery cleaner. Now let's talk about one of the most overlooked, yet most effective, combinations for aging arteries and male performance, quinoa with almonds. Every time a man walks into my clinic complaining about weak erections, sluggish circulation, or that constant heavy feeling in the lower body, one of my first questions isn't about his medications, it's about his breakfast. And guess what? Most of the time, it's either skipped completely or packed with sugar and empty carbs, muffins, toast, sugary cereals, sweetened coffee, foods that give you a short burst of energy and then leave your blood vessels inflamed and restricted. So when I recommend something like a warm bowl of quinoa topped with almonds, I often get puzzled looks. "Doc, how can a seed and a handful of nuts help with that?" But the science is solid, and the results speak for themselves. Quinoa is rich in magnesium, helps blood vessels relax and improves overall circulation. Fiber, supports gut health and helps regulate cholesterol, which indirectly boosts blood flow. Almonds, on the other hand, are packed with vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects blood vessel linings. Healthy fats, essential for hormone balance and artery flexibility. Arginine, a compound that supports nitric oxide production, which opens up blood vessels, just like ED medications aim to do. Together, this combo doesn't just support your heart, it directly improves your ability to get and maintain an erection. Take Robert, for example, 69 years old and recently retired. He told me, "Doc, I feel like my body just started shutting down. No drive, trouble walking up the stairs, no intimacy at all." He was eating cereal every morning, the boxed kind with cartoon characters and hidden sugar bombs. I convinced him to switch it up. Quinoa. A handful of almonds. Some fresh blueberries. A sprinkle of cinnamon. Just one bowl a day. Within 2 weeks, his legs felt lighter. In 4 weeks, he was sleeping better, waking up more refreshed, and yes, enjoying renewed intimacy with his partner. He laughed during his follow-up and said, "I didn't think a bowl of quinoa could do this, but something's definitely working." What you eat in the morning doesn't just fuel your day. It tells your arteries whether to stay clenched and restricted, or to open wide and flow freely, especially where you need it most. Ingredient number 3, pomegranate, the bedroom fruit. Let's talk about a fruit that's often dismissed as just a decorative snack at fancy dinners, but is actually a natural powerhouse for male performance, pomegranate. When I told my patient Michael, 63 years old, to start eating pomegranate in the morning, he burst out laughing. "Doc, I thought that was just for party platters." But here's the secret, pomegranate is loaded with polyphenol, powerful plant antioxidants that boost nitric oxide production, the same biological mechanism used by popular ED medications. Reduce oxidative stress in the blood vessels. Improve vascular elasticity, meaning better blood flow to the groin. And best of all, it works fast. Several of my patients report feeling increased sensitivity, stronger morning erections, and improved confidence within just 1 week of adding pomegranate to their breakfast routine. Michael called me 2 weeks after he started. "Doc, I don't know if it's the pomegranate or the fact that I'm finally eating something decent in the morning, but something's waking up down there." We laughed, but it wasn't a joke. His body was responding the way it was designed to, thanks to real food and real support. For best results, pomegranate should be consumed on an empty stomach or just before your main breakfast. You don't need a giant serving, just a handful of seeds or a glass of pure, unsweetened juice is enough. Skip the sugar-added supermarket blends, go for fresh fruit or cold-pressed juice if you can. This one simple fruit could become your natural performance booster, no side effects, no prescriptions, just nourishment. Ingredient number 4, avocado with olive oil, the circulation stabilizer. Now, this next food pairing often surprises people, especially men. When I say start your day with avocado and olive oil, the response is usually, "Really, Doc? That helps, down there?" But yes, and powerfully. Let's break it down. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats. These help keep arteries flexible and responsive. Potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure. B vitamins, which support energy metabolism and nerve function. Olive oil, especially extra virgin, is full of anti-inflammatory compounds, antioxidants, and oleic acid, a fatty acid known to support endothelial health, the lining of your blood vessels. When combined, these two foods help improve circulation, regulate nerve impulses, support better muscle contractions in the pelvic and leg regions. William, 72, was struggling with numb legs in the morning and a dull ache in his lower groin. He told me, "Doc, I lean on the nightstand just to get out of bed." I suggested he start every day with 1/2 an avocado, a small drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, and a glass of warm water. Within 3 days, he called, "Doc, my legs feel lighter. I'm moving easier. I'm not clutching furniture just to walk." Real food, real circulation, real results. Avocados may not scream male performance food, but when eaten intentionally, they help stabilize your body in the morning, fueling your nerves, muscles, and blood vessels for everything that follows. Ingredient number 5, blackberries, the vitality booster. Our final morning powerhouse? The humble blackberry. Often overlooked, these small dark berries are packed with anthocyanins, antioxidants that strengthen blood vessel walls and improve elasticity. Vitamin C supports immune and vascular health. Fiber reduces inflammation, supports digestion, and balances blood sugar. They're like tiny soldiers working on the microcirculation in your lower body. And yes, they make a difference quickly. David, 66, had never eaten blackberries regularly in his life. But when I suggested he add a handful to his breakfast yogurt or smoothie, he gave it a try. 1 week later, he reported more energy, more sensitivity. And Doc, I think something's finally waking up again. That's no coincidence. It's biology doing what it does best, recovering, when we give it the right building blocks. Now that we've walked through all 5 of these powerful breakfast ingredients, let's take a moment to reflect on what you've just learned. You're not here by accident. If you've watched this far, it tells me something important. You care about your body, your health, your energy, and your performance. You're not just sitting back and letting aging dictate how the next 10, 20, or 30 years will go. You're still in the fight, and that's something to be proud of. But information alone doesn't change anything. Action does. So let's turn this into action, starting tomorrow morning. White heavy checkmark what to do starting tomorrow. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You don't need a perfect diet. You just need to start with one of these 5 foods. Maybe it's a bowl of plain yogurt with honey. Maybe it's quinoa with almonds and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Maybe it's a simple handful of pomegranate seeds or blackberries. Or even half an avocado with a dash of olive oil and a glass of warm water. Whatever you choose, just choose. The first hour after you wake up is your body's most responsive time. Your blood vessels are opening, your metabolism is activating, and your muscles are begging for nutrients. This is the window where your body either starts healing or starts sliding deeper into the very problems you're trying to solve. Feed it right, and you'll feel the difference. Not just down there, but in your energy, your mood, your confidence, and even your balance as you move through the day. Why it works, the science in plain English. Remember, these foods aren't magic. They work because they're giving your body what it was always asking for. Better blood flow. Reduced inflammation. Muscle repair. Hormonal balance. And improved nerve function. These are the pillars of male vitality after 60. And you can support them naturally, not with a pill, but with your plate. Now listen closely. Because this might be the most important part of this entire video. If you're sitting there wondering if this is all too late for you. If you've had weeks or even years of feeling disconnected from your body. If you've silently wondered if intimacy, strength, or confidence will ever return. Let me tell you with complete honesty, it is not too late. I've personally seen men in their 60s, 70s, and even late 80s completely transform their health, intimacy, and independence, all by starting with a simple change like breakfast. Aging does not steal your strength. It only takes what you're willing to give up. And most of the time, what we give up first isn't our body, it's our belief that change is still possible. But I'm here, as Dr. Pamela, to remind you that it absolutely is. You now have 5 powerful morning foods that can help restore blood flow, muscle strength, sensitivity, and the kind of energy that lets you wake up feeling like yourself again. You now know when to eat them, how to use them, and why they work. You've got tools in your hands. The only question is, will you use them? So here's what I want you to do. Tomorrow morning, before the distractions, before the excuses, before the phone starts buzzing, take one simple step. Eat something that fuels your strength, not your stress. Then come back to this video in a week and tell me what changed. If you felt something, anything, even just a spark of energy, warmth, or clarity, drop it in the comments. I read every one. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because I'm just getting started. We're going to talk about testosterone, prostate health, sleep, supplements, and everything else that matters to men who refuse to age quietly. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of your next chapter, and it starts with breakfast. You're not done. You're just getting started. I'm Dr. Pamela, and I'm here to help you thrive. One morning at a time.